got us a team 2 together with Grifka as a sub-rogue making a return after all the nerves that rogues have went through. Gonna be Kragar coming back in as a furious warrior with Nina Nurse. Nina, we got ourselves a Shaldoriel. I think it's like Shaldorai, I think, but it's supposed to be in like the Slavic version. The Slav Shaldorai, dude. The Squatch Shaldorai. And we got Vatsu over on the team 2 versus Mogden, gonna be first up as an arms warrior, whereas Kraga goes on the Fury. That's gonna be arms warrior, Mogden trusting in the blade, trusting in the sword. Immediate blade storm as you try to see if you can avoid the stun totem around the corner. Vatsu, you're just gonna try to see if you can sprint out of the Mogden. You just got to hang out back there with the elementals as well as the ghost raptors. You can go full lasso over the bat, but it's trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Ghost raptors finally fade for Vatsu. It's a lot of maelstrom at the ready. I do wonder if he's using the new PvP talent of Storm, not Keeper, but Storm Surge, I believe it is. It allows you to use Maelstrom offensively and still gives you value defensively. Burrow out of Vatsu off the bat, trying to use the defensive. Look at that. Literally Burrow's on the ground. Oh my goodness. He uses Burrow. It is highly effective. Vatsu trying to see if he can maybe blast down the banner. As Mogden trying to see if he can find himself maybe a charge. It's going to try to go for a charge. Vatsu does not really get to root him out in the open into a stun right after. There's going to be Capacity Totem. Does it up eliminated quick stunned by the Shaman. Trying to see if he can maybe break through his defenses. Big Capacitor. There's going to be a massive Ascension available for Vatsu. Trying to go for big blappers onto Mogden. Got himself parried together with Bladestorm. Looking through Bladestorm over. There's going to be a knockback. Massive wind strikes for Vatsu. Trying to see if he can take down Mogden. Mages have him right here. Does he take him out? Trying to go for a bit of healing. Impended Victor last second. Trying to go for executes. It's going to be ignored. Pain for just a second. Barely live Stormbolt to follow. Does he get a turn around? Battle stance trying to stay aggressive, but it looks like he does go down to the Vatsu. That was so clutch. Battle stance at the end. He decided, you know what? I got 4 seconds to potentially score a kill here. I'm gonna give him a best shot that I can. Oh my goodness, you gotta give the man some credit there. Miko gonna be up next as he's trying to see if he can still play that Affliction Warlock. Got himself a quick fear versus Vatsu. Miko also does get a couple of changes too. His main offensive cooldown as an Affliction Warlock, the PvP talent of, does get the juke out of Vatsu. Already rolling precog, so he's already made himself a crafted PvP item to make sure he got himself that precognition of the bat. Interesting, big drain into Vatsu. Is it going to be able to take him down? He does have that execute potential. Vatsu trying to see if he can use his mana to heal himself up, but the dots are going to be melting him down. What I tried to say with Miko, he got that contagion PvP talent that ends up speeding up the rate at which the dots stick out. They reduce that duration from a 20 seconds to a 10 seconds, but then increases speed from like a 30 to a 45 seconds or 48 or something, or 48% faster tick rate on dots. It is burstier, but I wonder if it's going to be overall more value or less value, because shorter duration but more effective. Is it like a trade? Is it a wash? Is it better? Is it worse? It's really hard to tell. Unless my man Taxi can give me some numbers behind it. Gonna be a Sunder missing as Miko doesn't end up getting past him. It's AoE fear real quickly. It's gonna try to chain fears onto Vatsu, trying to keep him slow, trying to keep him at bay as best as possible. Gonna be a quick charge by Vatsu. Miko trying to see if he can get himself yet another intro versus Vatsu. He knows he's actually not gonna get interrupted. Looks like he does, trying to go for some kind of cast. It's gonna be Vatsu taking a bit of damage right now. So is Miko though, trying to see if he can rampage on him as a big balloon demon is up above. He got double the demon, double the eye beam. Every time Vatsu casts an offensive ability, that little balloon demon away over there is gonna start zapping out Vatsu, doing percentage health damage. I think 10%, if not more than that. Miko does get to juke out those interrupts every single time. This man knows exactly what is gonna happen. He got such good predictability, trying to make sure that his precognition gets maximum value. Trick out Vatsu as he doesn't want to sit in the field for too long. Sunder onto Miko. Miko does end up wall this damage off. Vatsu got a lot of pressure for the man. Can stay super aggressive here. Drain life for Miko as he's looking for a bit of recovery. So Ratchafala does get himself a dark pact. Gonna be a Sun Totem. Does end up juking out yet another interrupt that is gonna give him the CC immunity. Does get himself a massive drain. Vatsu is not in a good spot. May just die to these dots. Drain does end up falling off. So Vatsu maybe can recover. He doesn't have a lot of mana. Does not have a lot of health. I think he just might be over the guy. It's just a limited matter of time until the dots do send him over the edge. He does get some mana back little by little. As long as Miko can get himself a drain on the guy, then he should be all good. Just try to put pressure on the Shaman, not let him get himself a lot of casts off in the back. He's just not giving him a lot of opportunity to reset. Frostmage with Shallow gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can blast out Miko right now. Does he get himself a proper interrupt? Miko trying to see if he can get juked out on a kick. He doesn't get juked out yet. Still trying to see if he can get himself landed a juke. Shallow is gonna get interrupted by Miko. Potentially an opportunity for the Virtual Warlock to go for the most amount of damage. Again, still trying to make sure he does get juked out by... He tries to see if he can land a juke onto Shallow. Does not get to go for a proper juke. That is going to be able to get himself drained life. Full dots on the Shallow. The Shallow have some big defensives available besides Ice Block. Looks like I don't think they have much left. Drain Soul might be an Ice Block opportunity here for Shallow. Might be in a bad spot. I think this way you may just want to go for an Ice Block. Does get himself a full Nova onto Miko. Does get a Frozen. That's an opportunity for you. Frost Bolts, Lances, and Flurries to give a Shatter bonus. But Miko is able to push this mage over the edge, just force him into an Ice Block. He does have a second block available, already using Cold Snap to make sure that he gets himself an Ice Block as soon as possible. He just gotta wait out that, I think it's Hypothermia debuff for a little bit. It's almost like the mage's forbearance of sorts. Found himself a better angle. The Balloon Demon joins in. The Observer tried to use his keen eye to zap on Shallow, and Miko got him full dots on the Shallow. Is it gonna be enough though? Does he have the Ice Block? He got himself a shield. If he can somehow remove the shields or maybe just drain right through them, the dots are going to start eating away his health bar. Trying to go for Ring of Frost does not get a proper corner stride on it. Might just be an Ice Block stride right then and there. Potentially. He's trying to find himself a better angle, but I think he's just eventually going to die dots. Trying to see if he can sit down for some food. Is going to go for recovery, forcing Miko to push up at him with the 6 minutes into the duel. 31% dampening. No one's really going to be able to get much healing off of this one. Big drain into Shallow. Is interrupted on Frost. Cannot really do much, and down he goes without an Ice Block available by being interrupted on Frost. He's just in a bad spot. Kraken charging out Stormbolt onto Miko. Does go in for the big Avatar. Massive burst onto Miko. Immediately poured out by the Warlock. Trying to see if he can get away from the Warrior as best as possible, but the Warrior does go in for yet another big blaster. I think playing into a what looked like Odin's Fury playstyle. Quasara is going to be up next, trying to see if he can get not interrupted by Kragar. Shadow Priest no longer have the same amount of instant cast opportunity like they used to, but they have far more damage now, so I wonder how much more damage they have. Quaz trying to see if he can maybe get some damage ramp going. It's going to be Stormbolt to fall as Kragar trying to see if he can rip past him. Oh! What was that? Hold on a second. What did Kraken just do? He just went from a Warlock into a Shadow Priest that quickly. Kai gonna be up next, jumping down the Steel Trap. That's gonna be Kraken with a Reflecting Case. There's gonna be a Freezer Trap for him. May just want to hang back, honestly. He doesn't have a lot of health to work with. Just going for Rage Regen. He does get hit for the Freezer Trap. As long as he doesn't get hit by a stun, he might be okay. There goes the stun. We'll need to go for healing. In Rage Regen, trying to see if he can turn the attention onto the pets immediately. Does he have enough healing right there? He does whatever he can. Kai is just gonna push in. He has him in a perfect spot. Wants to see if he can deny Kraken any kind of healing, but Kraken, he's just keeping the pets next to him. Got himself Bloodthirst back-to-back charge to Kai. He is able to break away. That's gonna be a quick Stormbolt with a leap. Just someone to Kai, kind of limited some of his attacks, but he still should be able to drop down traps. It's gonna be Kraken getting thawed off out of the trap fairly quickly. Got himself Spirit Flank. Does he have any more healing, or does he have any more CC, any more defensive whatsoever? The man had no health whatsoever, and Kai is able to go for a quick kill shot. I'm still not sure exactly what Kraken did to that priest, by the way. But apparently he was able just to slam him out of the park. Nina up next is going to go for Big Dark Ascension. Mike gets to follow mad damage to the car with a Void Torrent. I think it's just, oh my god, just claim his soul into the void. Just absolutely devoured that hunter. It just took 2 seconds. Looks like Dark Ascension may potentially be the play. As long as you can get a cast off or two, you might be fine. And you know, try to see if they can get himself a better range away from Chulek. VT gonna be up. I do wonder if he's playing for Mind Spike right now or not. What did Priest play for PvP? I imagine they'll play Flay, right? Yeah, Mind Flay Insanity. Sounds of Chulek kind of limited what he can really do. Does slow him down quite a bit. DP is rotted the guy down. Wait, the Paladin is actually gonna rot it down quite a bit. He is trapped with the Entanglement Winds. That's gonna be more. Executes major stun. Chulek may just have to go for a bubble. Massive spell trying to see if he can get a bubble out of the guy. Oh my god, bubble! Does he take it out? No, he does not. Nina at this point backs up. It's gonna be full down to Trulek. Mindflame Center does a lot of damage, by the way. What is that damage? That is so much. Every single channel of Mindflame Center is actually brutal. Fear by Nina. Do they get to capitalize here? Do they end up taking him out? Mind Blast to follow him? Potential lots of damage. Trulek stunned up. Nothing he can do. Oh my god, the Shadow Priest made a return, apparently. What is this damage of a Shadow Priest? Oh my goodness. Mika with 2. Krager with 2, Anita with 2, and Kai get himself a kill, so does Vatsu. Grifkin never got to play, I don't think. I think it's about the only person that didn't get to play, right? My goodness, this guy is another goat here, boys, yeah?